Hello everyone, Shadow here, and welcome to another Elite Dangerous update. And today, I have a bit of a response video for you. These are my thoughts on the recent carrier beta. But before we begin today, a bit of housekeeping. Please like, subscribe, and share. Doing so will really help my channel. So, as you saw in my previous video, I was playing around with a carrier, and I have some initial thoughts that can be summed up in a short version and a long version. Short version? Well, how do you say cool in 5 words?
Warning, capital class signature detected.
I swear, this never gets old. Now, I really have to give it to Frontier. They really know how to make the capital ships truly feel like capital ships. Those of you who probably played games like Free Space in the past, remember when the Galatea first jumped in on top of you? The very first time. And you were like, man, that's a ship. Well, that's a ship. It's your own personal flagship. Now, how do you not think that is cool? Well, that's the short opinion. The long opinion? It's complicated. First off, the carrier controls can be rather tedious. Like, take for example, trying to plan jumps. Now, you can only plan jumps one jump at a time. That is super annoying, especially if it's someone like me who's an explorer in Elite Dangerous trying to map out a carrier jump. I have to do it one jump at a time. If I already know where I want to go to actually plop my carrier down and launch an expedition, that can be very annoying, especially if it's like 10, 15, maybe 20,000 light years away. Can you imagine sitting down and mapping out those jumps 500 light years at a time? I mean, it's very tedious and annoying. Factor in warm-up and cool-down cycles, which is about 20 to 30 minutes. You're looking at a long time. Yes, I know 20 and 30 minutes is a lot better than 2 to 5 hours from what it was before. But still, being able to plan multiple jumps as an explorer who's trying to go deep space, understand, I spent the entire 2019 in deep space, only returning to Sol System for the carrier event. That was my motivation to return to Sol System. I went out with Distant Worlds to Beagle Point, and I took the slow route back. It took me months. I had fun. I enjoyed it. Didn't see another soul. That's not to say that I was playing in solo mode. I wasn't. I was actually playing primarily in either Mobius or Fleet Comm, which for the majority of the Distant Worlds event, I was playing on Fleet Comm. So there were other players around me. But I'm the kind of player who periodically likes to go out into deep space and explore, with hopes of finding something. I mean, there's a lot of mysteries left in Elite Dangerous that Frontier are very hush-hush about, and we don't exactly know what's out there. And one of the greatest fears that I have is that I will accidentally not pay attention, slam into a planet while I'm trying to get lunch or something, or say it's a day that I'm very tired from work and I'm really not paying attention, and as I'm trying to land, I land on a low gravity world at stupendous speeds and die with a year's worth of information on me. Yeah, that's not fun for me. Or even better yet, imagine I find something that's truly unique. A truly unique system. Or maybe I find Raxla, and the data information that I have for that location is worth stupendous amounts of money. And I die. in deep space. Maybe I fly into a black hole, maybe whatever, I don't know. Having a base of operations, especially a mobile base of operations that you can move around and help you plan proper expeditions, that you could do truly, maybe even multi-year long expeditions out into deep space. That's what I want the carrier for. That, and I want to continue a commander series. So let's say I already know exactly where I want to go or where I want to launch said expedition. Planning those jumps, single jumps at a time, is going to be ridiculously time consuming. I don't understand why Frontier wouldn't design it that you have as many jumps available to you as the carrier has fuel. Maybe on the last jump of fuel that you have, maybe then the carrier won't allow you to jump anymore without, I don't know, emergency supply. I think that would have been more reasonable than a single jump route plotting scheme that they have. So here's another thing that I did not enjoy. The way the fuel reserves work. So you have 1,000 units of fuel. Now there doesn't seem to be any internal storage that I can tell that you can actually just pile the excess fuel in. Now I looked. Maybe I just didn't have enough time to truly explore it. But from what I can tell, the internal storage is your cargo bay. So you'll see here that I am actually in a cutter right now. And I have it fully set out for cargo, which inside the cargo bay is the tritium fuel. Now, the problem that I have is the fact that I couldn't just dump all of that into, say, a carrier storage facility. No, I have to either select it for selling, or I have to keep it in my cargo bay, as the tritium storage on the carrier is already full. Now, yes, there are ways around that, which is one of the things I did. I sold it to myself so that I can use the onboard storage facility that was there for sale. But that becomes problematic.
Attention. Carrier has entered pre-flight lockdown. All services have been suspended.
You see, if you're carrying the fuel on you, and let's say you want to switch to another ship after you jump, if that ship doesn't have the cargo bay the same size as you already know in any other station, then you can't switch to it. Which, if you're jumping around in a carrier, probably isn't the biggest worry. But I'm thinking about getting to where I'm trying to go. I'm not just gonna plop a carrier in the middle of Empire space. No, I'm gonna go out into deep space. Like deep space, as I mentioned before, because I want to explore. So I need as much fuel reserves as possible. Now, combined with the fact that you cannot put up buy orders and sell orders at the same time, it's problematic. What if I wanted to do more than just exploring? What if I wanted to be an explorer slash support slash trader? I mean, out in the middle of nowhere, yeah, I could sell one item and turn around and buy it and make a profit. That would be awesome. I just don't understand why Frontier would not allow us to do that, unless it's something in the hard code of the game, which I think it might actually be, that prevents us from doing that. Because, I mean, let's be real. When you're an explorer, you're not making that much money.
Attention all ships. Hyperspace travel is imminent. Please maintain a safe distance from the carrier.
I mean, you can make a lot of money, but you have to expend a lot of time. You have to scan planets, you have to scan systems, you have to find everything. All of that takes time. And the most I probably made from a single system, yeah, I think I want to say the highest I made from a single system is like 16 million. But how often are you going to encounter those rare systems?
Attention, all carrier crew. Frameshift drive engaged.
I have to give it to them though. They really know how to do sound effects in this game.
Attention. Counting down to jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Quick side note, I didn't hear the horns before getting my own carrier. Like, I swear, I watched that initial stream millions of times, and it was only until getting my own carrier that I could hear the horns. And I find it weird because when I go back and I re-listen to said stream, the horns are in the stream. I wonder if I'm the only person that that's happened to. I mean, you gotta give it to them. You got to give it to them. That is probably the most awesome sound effect in any spaceship game out there, at least right now. So, in terms of an explorer, would I recommend you getting a carrier? Yes, asterisk. The amount of money I'm calculating that you're going to need to make or have to maintain said carrier is ludicrous. And I say that as an explorer, it's probably going to require a lot of money and energy for me, myself, to maintain a carrier once I purchase it, and sitting out into deep space for years at an end. I don't know if I can make enough money given my work schedule and real life schedule to justifiably keep this thing at least for several months. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. But I'm not too sure. And for a combat pilot, I definitely would not recommend it. If you're strictly doing combat, even against Thargoids, you will have to kill dozens of them weekly. And if you don't have a supporting team, and you're more of a casual player like me, it's really not worth it.
Attention. Carrier has entered pre-flight lockdown. All services have been suspended.
What about a trader? Well, Frontier actually answered that one themselves. They actually said that they do not expect that people will be making that much money off of a carrier. So for trading, it's a bust. So if it's a problem for exploration, a problem for combat, and a problem for trading, what justifies having a carrier? And that is my question. And probably several of your questions as well. Under what context should you own a carrier? Especially if you're not really giving Elite Dangerous that much time. Like lately, I've probably given Elite Dangerous a couple of days out of the last 2 months. And by a couple of days, I mean like maybe 3-4 hours those 2 days. The only exceptions for the beta where I was really trying to cram in as much time as possible, especially to record this and give you guys feedback. I think with a few small quality of life changes to said carrier, we can make it far more useful. For one, the maintenance fees, they're far too high, especially for the casual player.
Attention all ships. Hyperspace travel is imminent. Please maintain a safe distance from the carrier.
And for another, the ability not to pre-plan your jumps, even if it's a maximum of 4 or 5 jumps. I think that was a failing as well. But most importantly, not being able to have a first-person view on the carrier as it jumps. I think that was a big fail. Or at least have some sort of screen pop up to show you what's going on. I mean, wouldn't you want to be able to see what's going on outside? Yes, I know. That's not really important. It's a small thing.
Attention. Counting down to jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And speaking of small things, why doesn't the carrier have its own flights? Like patrol ships that it can launch that just defend the carrier. I mean, it's a carrier. It should have some NPC patrol ships protecting it from your squadron at all times. Maybe that could be an additional service that they can add. I will say that there are several other small quality of life things that they could have included that will make it feel a lot more carrier. Because in my opinion now, it's just a mobile station. That's really what it is. It doesn't even move. Well, you know what I mean. It doesn't. The thrusters don't work. If you try to go to the engines, it's not. You're not gonna get backwash or anything like that. It's not gonna actually physically move without you telling it to jump. But those are all minor things. You know, like changing the color of the carrier, putting the names tags somewhere, maybe even a squadron logo. All that stuff probably will be coded into the game because stations are able to do that. But as for the actual use of the carrier, I don't know. I think the jury's out on this. I mean, I still do plan on getting one, but getting one and keeping one is two different things. I will say, adding carriers is a big step towards getting personalized large-scale equipment in the game, like your own stations, or my personal favorite, your own planetary outposts. And I'm not talking about a station on a planet. No, I want to be able to have a passive mining facility or passive research facility or passive something facility that I can visit whenever I want. It has a landing pad just for me or anyone I choose, whether I make it public or private. And it's set up much like a lot of the hidden outposts where we go around finding all of these juicy game contents, or maybe random Thargoid attacks, or like the Formidime Rift settlements. I would like the ability to set stuff like that up to truly stake our claim on the galaxy. And you could put limits on it, like you're only allowed 1 outpost or 2 outposts or something like that. So you have to really think about where you're going to put it. But I think this will greatly help push the game in an area it needs to go. And one of the areas it really needs to go is player control economies. But don't get me started on that, because I'll be here all day. In the meanwhile, I will say that some of the stuff that they already included, like the actual carrier and the ability to watch it jump and the ability to catch up to it and the ability to see it emerge. Okay, fine, these are tiny things. But you gotta admit, it's pretty cool. Like, really, really cool. Well, that's all for today. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It really does help my channel. I will leave you guys now with this shot of my carrier departing. Oh, and a little bit of a special surprise blooper reel. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. Okay, here we go.
Attention. Carrier has entered pre-flight lockdown. All services have been suspended.
God, I love that. Pads should lock down. See, this is why I really like carriers. Just the anticipation of the jump. In a second, you're gonna see the pads drag me down, and I'm gonna be in the hangar bay. I've done it like 15 times already now. I mean, that's what's supposed to happen. Ah, I heard it. You know, it would have been so cool if I could just stay right here and just watch the carrier jump from this vantage point. Just to see the smoke envelop the carrier. Yeah, it should bring us down by now. You really gotta start playing this game.
Attention all ships. Hyperspace travel is imminent. Please maintain a safe distance from the carrier.
Yeah, it's like $5 billion. It's gonna take some effort, but I could definitely help you. Oh, and I'm surprised it hasn't brought us down yet. Normally by now we'll be in the hangar. Wait. Is there a way to see it jump from the outside? Oh my gosh. I think I just figured out a way to see it jump from the outside. I don't know how. I gotta do some testing to redo this. Oh my god, if this works, I'm totally posting it on YouTube.
Attention.
Oh, no, 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 no. Oh man, that would have been awesome. That really would have been awesome. What the? Nah, it's not supposed to do that. It's really not supposed to do that. I could show you some of the recordings that I did earlier. I mean, maybe we'll see the hypersafe space effect. I don't know. But it's not supposed to look like that. It's just vanished all around us. Man, that was such... That would have been awesome. Oh my gosh, that would have been awesome. I don't know, I hope I didn't just break the game. Maybe it's a glitch or something. I hope it's a glitch. About to find out, aren't we? Yes, I want you to play a glitchy game. It's a good game. It's just, this is a beta. I don't know what just happened there. Oh. Well, we're outside still, so... Yeah, I mean, the game didn't crash. We're right where we're supposed to be.